Mel Gibson pulled Robert Downey Jr. out of a hole. Without being asked to, he arrived to save his life.
When I couldn't get sober, he told me not to give up hope, and he urged me to find my faith. Didn't have to be his or anyone else's as long as it was rooted in forgiveness.
Gibson became a pillar for Robert. The Iron Man star had no offers and didn't see a way out, but the actor and director came to his aid.
He cast me in the lead of a movie that was actually developed for him, and he kept a roof over my head, and he kept food on the table.
However, what Mel Gibson didn't expect was that Robert Downey Jr. was ready to return the favor.
He said that if I hugged the cactus long enough, I'd become a man of some humility, and that my life would take on a new meaning. And I did, and it worked. All he asked in return was that someday I help the next guy in some small way. It's reasonable to assume that at the time he didn't imagine the next guy would be him.
When Gibson was in the eye of the storm, it was Iron Man who came to his rescue.
I humbly ask that you join me unless you are completely without sin, in which case you picked the wrong industry, in forgiving my friend his trespasses, offering him the same clean slate you have me, and allowing him to continue his great and ongoing contribution to our collective art without shame. He's hugged the cactus long enough.
Mel Gibson's image had hit rock bottom, and of course, few wanted him in the industry anymore after his phone conversations came to light where he mistreated his ex-wife, Oksana Grigorieva.
Hitting a woman when she's holding a child in her hand, breaking her teeth twice in the face. What kind of man is that?
Oh, you're all angry now.
You're gonna get to, you know what? You're gonna answer one day, boy.
Gibson had become the most hated man in the industry, but Robert Downey Jr. thought it was only sensible to give him a second chance.
It's reasonable to assume that at the time he didn't imagine the next guy would be him. Or that someday was tonight.
They both began to see each other as human. And of course, Mel Gibson was the one who opened the doors of Hollywood back up for Robert after all the drug-related problems he had.
For past several years, he's just going through the revolving door of rehab program and being arrested, which is too sad, such a bright person, and he's not a criminal. He's a victim of the drugs.
Es que Mel Gibson realmente creyó en la carrera de Robert Downey Jr. Y creo que son muy poca gente en la industria que está tanto en las malas, puede estar en las buenas, pero realmente una persona que genuinamente cree en ti, sin importar la situación en la que te encuentres, va a estar ahí. Y creo que eso fue lo que pasó con Mel Gibson y Robert Downey Jr.
The truth is that they both became the light that the other needed in their darkest moment. And that's how they finally formed a friendship that many people in the industry didn't expect, but which has proven to be strong enough to fight against all of life's difficulties.